And today on our Dear Claire series, I'm going to share a few home inspection tips for buyers. After you've found the home of your dreams, what do? Well, first, you grab your cup of tea and let's sit down and chat, and then we'll go from there. So, a few home inspection tips for buyers. First off, you're probably wondering, how do I come up with a home inspector? Your realtor is going to give you recommendations of home inspectors, so don't worry about that. They'll let you choose who you want to use, but they'll give you several recommendations and you can check them out online. Obviously, you get to choose who the home inspector is, but if you don't care, then your real estate agent will probably choose whoever is most available. What's the cost? It's usually between $600 and $700 depending on the square footage of the home. So the bigger the home, the more expensive it is to inspect. Obviously, also if it has more bathrooms. If it has one bathroom, it's less expensive. And then of course, if you've got a duplex or a triplex, more bathrooms, more kitchen makes it more expensive. And then of course, there are different kinds of inspections. So there's your general home inspection. That's usually the one that most people think of when they think of a home inspection. That typically takes between 3 and 6 hours, depending on the size of the property. Then you also have several other inspections that you're probably going to want to check out, depending on the age of the house. So, it was built recently, you're probably not going to need these inspections, but if it's an old 1920s house, you're going to want to check to see if there's an oil tank on the premises. You're going to want to check and see what state the sewer is in. You're also probably going to want to check for radon, and you might want to test the quality of the water and if there's lead-based paint. In Portland, what I typically tell my buyers is if the house was built before 1978, there is lead-based paint on the property. It's just a question of where. So bear that in mind. You should attend the home inspection, at least the general home inspection, so that you can hear what the inspector has found. You get a little more time to hang out in your space, plan where your furniture is going to go, decide what paint you want to change and how you want to change the rooms. So it's a great way to get to know your house a little bit better. The last hour of the home inspection, the inspector is going to sit down with all of us, show us pictures, and tell us everything that they found out about the house. Of course, as you probably could guess, they're always going to find a bunch of things. Typically, a home inspection, even on a house that's newly constructed, might be 50 pages long, so don't be disheartened by that. It's totally typical. Once you gather all that information, then your realtor will probably get you bids on anything you're worried about, as far as a new roof or new plumbing or anything else that might be wrong with the property. And then you use those bids to renegotiate with the seller based on the things that you found. As another resource for you, if your home tests high in radon, we have 2 videos that you can check out. One about how they test for radon, and then another about how they install a radon mitigation system. So go check those out if you're curious. And as always, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time. Thank you for tuning in to this Dear Claire episode. If you found this helpful, or if you have any additional questions, comment below and hit the thumbs up. And we'll see you next time.